Hey, welcome back to Voice Memo for Later, the podcast that I make up as I go. You don't know what to expect, and neither do I. I pulled up this world. What did I Google? World's biggest problems. I feel like talking about problems today. Mostly because I feel mentally healthy. If my anxiety's bad or I feel really bad, I don't want to talk about problems, right? I just want to escape. Just read a book or watch a TV show or play a video game and just escape. But when I'm feeling reasonably good, sometimes I just want to talk about problems because I feel okay. So I'm like, well, okay, I can handle it, So I just Googled world's biggest problems, and then I came up with this is developmentaid.org, whatever the fuck that is. And then it says world's biggest problems on the UN list. So we're just going to go down through here and we're just going to talk about these, and we're going to solve all the world's problems. All right. I got a glass of wine. I'm ready. So climate change. You gotta bear with me while I take a sip of my wine. Climate change. I think a big thing with climate change is a lot of people don't know if it's a problem or not. I think it seems like a pretty reasonably big problem. But it's mostly just because we're running towards the cliff, right? Isn't that kind of aren't people concerned about that? It's actually not that crazy of a problem. From all the stuff I've heard, it's not that crazy of a problem if we actually start managing it and taking it seriously. It's really a bigger problem just because instead of slowing down with all the bullshit we do, we just accelerate, if anything. And we're like, yeah, let's run faster towards fucking death and destruction. Dude, calm down. We need to do, I don't know, but I don't know what the solution is, I guess, right? You do more electric stuff, but then people are always bitching about that. And some people give informed kind of responses, rebuttals where they're like, oh, well, the batteries that are required for electric cars, there's such a carbon footprint to mine the resources for it, and then there's ethical issues and all that stuff. So I don't have the answer, I guess, to that one. But other than we just need to actually take it seriously, right? This is one of those things where it's kind of like a lot of the other things in all of society at this point. Every single fucking thing is political. And so, you've got a bunch of people that are like, climate change is the worst thing ever, and we should focus on it. And, that's probably not the best, angle, right? There's other problems that are probably more important to, the everyday Joe and Jane, right? Should probably fix those problems first that are, a little closer to home, in terms of just day-to-day modern life. People don't have money. People are just have diseases and they go bankrupt because they can't pay for it. That's kind of shitty, So maybe we should focus on those things first. But then on the other side, you have these people that are climate change isn't even real. Or they're pseudo-intellectuals and they're like, well, climate change has always been happening, but that doesn't mean it's a problem. See, it's always just cycles of cold and hot and whatever. It's okay, that's also kind of delusional and silly. There is man-made climate change that's probably a pretty big issue. We should probably put some focus on solving that problem. But if we just all unite on that and we're just okay, we need to solve this problem, I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? There's it's easy for me to say. I'm just the dumb fuck on the side who's I don't know, there's some smart people they got some ideas. Why don't you talk to them? I don't know. Some got some ideas. Oh, they have possible solutions here. A cut in greenhouse gas emissions and increased awareness. See, that's what I was talking about, of the necessity of turning green are among the solutions that can make a significant difference. See, okay, you can't be one of those annoying assholes though, who's just oh, you're using a plastic bag. If you're one of those guys, no one's gonna listen to you because you're just a dweeb and an asshole. Okay, you gotta be reasonable about this stuff. But yes, other than that, I agree. In addition, proposing strategies to cut carbon emissions and opting for replanting are effective ways to advance climate change. Yeah, a replant, just replant all the trees or something. Is that what they're getting at? I don't know. That's climate change for you. All right. What's next? wars and military conflicts. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this one is largely something you can do very little about. Okay, what we need to do, though, what we need to focus, in my opinion, is just like nuclear deterrence, right? Or whatever sort of name you want to give to it. We need to not be just like dropping nukes and stuff. That's a terrible fucking idea. Like, unless you're suicidal, and, well, you'd have to be suicidal and homicidal to think that dropping nukes is like a good idea. And if you're, so maybe that's what we need to focus. We need to focus on like the world leaders and making sure that there's no one that's like suicidal and homicidal. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just go further and say no suicidal people or homicidal people. Okay. Being suicidal and homicidal at the same time is obviously a no. But probably we should just avoid, like definitely avoid homicidal people in leadership roles. And I would argue probably avoid suicidal people too. It's just, you need forget mentally healthy. You got to be mentally strong as fuck to be like a world leader. Okay. So these guys like Putin and all these assholes, here's my proposal. Take them the fuck out. Okay. That's your number one priority. Just shoot them in the fucking face. Okay. Get them off the planet. I am very much a guy who thinks that like talking it out is a good way to go. Like we should avoid military action until you have those fuckheads. Just shoot them in the face. Okay. I'm full on board. Shoot them right between the eyes. Okay. We don't need assholes like that in charge of anybody. So, but then of course the issue with that is like you got these like instability things that happen because of that, right? I mean, you take one guy. What's the thing? You'd cut off the one head and there's another head, multi-headed monster. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, I know what I'm trying to say. There's like, it's like you can't, or you cut off a head, a new one grows back. There's always going to be people filling other people's shoes, okay? So if you got like some crazy maniac and you kill that person, like someone else will fill in because there's a lot of crazy people on the earth. On the earth. I hope there's not crazy people inside the earth. Can you imagine if this whole time there's just underground cities that nobody knows about of just crazy people and they're about to just come out here like, hey, what's up? You didn't know we were down here, and then just cause chaos. I hope that's not going to happen. But yeah, you got to do it smart, right? So that's my take on this. Kill all those just crazy lunatics, but do it in a smart way, okay? As for what that is, I don't know. Water contamination. Yeah. I mean, that feels like an easy one, right? It's just one of those ones. It's like very few people care about it. Like there's always those people that are like pumping money into it and they have like this huge nonprofit they're running and they're just constantly they got fundraisers and they're trying to get people to care about water. But the problem is so many people that are in the Western like societies, like they don't give a shit about that because they don't have that problem. Like here's a fact for you. If a problem does not affect you directly, it's really hard to care about it. Even if you're a good person, it's super hard to care about it because everyone has their own shit going on. And so you're not thinking about those things. And then someone tells you like, you should be concerned about this and you should help pay for this. And it's like, yeah, I got to pay my mortgage, man. Like, I don't know if I should be stretching myself as far as like worrying about, and there's only so many like rich people, right? I mean, we all know that like a small percentage of people control like most of the wealth. So it's like, yeah, there's not that many really rich people that are willing to like dump their money into stuff like that. But I think if we all collectively like tried extra hard to care about this kind of stuff, I mean, it's just like just cleaning water, filtering water and like just making sure there's clean water available. Like for all the crazy stuff we can do now with technology, that has got to be one of the easiest problems to deal with. Water contamination. Are you kidding me? It's just people don't care about it enough. I think that's really probably the biggest problem. But I think as far as I've understood, like there's definitely been some strides made. Let's see what they say. Here's what water contamination. I just read water contamination and then I went off. But let's see what developmentaid.org says. There is no life without water. No shit. Apparently a simple truth, but one that people seem to overlook. Oh, that was a weird sentence. I read that as though that was... Okay, let me start over. There is no life without water. Hyphen. Apparently a simple truth, but one that people seem to overlook. I can't even put my finger on it. That's like just a weird sentence. It's okay. It's not that it doesn't make any sense. It makes sense, but you gotta have to read it like slowly. It's easy to like get lost and like jump ahead and then be like, wait, what did I just read? Poor management and irrational use forces communities to migrate in search of drinking water. Industries are polluting underground water, and this issue is growing massively. I believe that, yeah. Due to pollution, poverty, and inadequate resource management, around 2.1 billion people lack access to safe drinking water. Is that true? Is there that many people? Jesus Christ. What is like the population of the whole earth at this point? Obviously nobody knows, but like, what's the guess at this point? I have to type with one hand. I fucking hate this. I should have set up the mic stand, but I just wanted to hold the mic. I'm a comedian. I don't need a mic stand. Get that out of here. That's the first thing I'm trying to get better about that. I'm actually terrible at that, but I've been getting a little bit better. That's like the first thing you're trained to do as a stand-up comic is like to take the mic stand. You get on stage, you grab the mic, you take the mic stand, and you move it behind you or off the side. You get it out of the fucking way, right? I don't need no mic stand. 7.888 billion people as of 2021 is the estimation, apparently. Excuse me. So that is 2.1 out of, we'll round it off as 7.8. All right, 2.1 out of 7.8. We got a calculator here. I know how to do math. 2.1 divided by 7.8. Really? 26.9. So we'll round that. We rounded the others off. Like we kind of, chopped off some data there. So we'll round this one up to try to counteract that. 27% of people lack access to clean drinking water. That's actually an astounding ratio. That's more than a quarter of every single person on the dang planet. Damn. See, this is why you come to Voice Memo for later, is for the education. Okay, we're learning here. That's a big problem. Assuming this is real, right? Like developmentaid.org, I don't know if like, but see, it's a .org. Like, it's probably all right. We need to be better about like vetting our sources, but also like there's a group of people these days that are like, I don't trust anything, and that's, how do you know? That might be bullshit. It might be a leftist site and whatever. It's like, dude, okay, calm down. Like, you gotta be a skeptic, but don't be a dumbass, You gotta like learn to accept an answer when somebody gives you an answer also, to some degree, right? Be a skeptic, but don't be an idiot. Yeah, no, if that's true though, that's a lot of people. We should probably do something about that. Somebody should do something, man. That's crazy. Oh, geez. Human rights violation. Human rights are universal, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, religion, or any other status. But what if this only happens on paper? Yeah, I believe that for sure, dude. You know what I think about when I think about human rights violation? I actually think of just corporate America, right? Like, and I work for corporate America. I work for like I'm not going to say who, because I'm not going to get in trouble. But I work for a pretty sizable company, and then we work with like way bigger companies too, as like clients. And yeah, I mean, my company's like I said, my company, like, damn, I'm not making enough money for it to be, quote, my company. The company I work for, they're not bad. I mean, to be honest, they're probably better than a lot of them, but damn, dude, like, I know this isn't what human rights violations are referring to, but I just think about all the workers that are just taken advantage of, man. You got to look out for yourself in this world. If you're working a 9 to 5, look out for your own ass, okay? Because everyone else is just looking like you need to watch your ass, because there's other people looking for things to stick in your ass without lube. Just, here you go, man. Just shove it up there. Like, it's bad out there, man. You have to you look at it, okay? Take a look at your butt and make sure nobody's trying to violate it, because they're trying to. Believe me. metaphorically here. If they're if they're literally doing that, you should find another place to work. That is, and probably notify the authorities. That's not good. But yeah, human rights violations. I mean, that's what I'm saying is like if it's happening in like the modern world in Western countries, like in companies. Now, I'm not saying like an actual human rights violation, but like if people are being shitty to people there, like of course people are taking advantage of people that like don't have any power, that are in like other countries where, you know, things are a little less modern and there's some crazy people that are like hold power. Yeah. That would be depressing. If you were working in like a human rights, like sort of a pro human rights, like nonprofit or something, that's gotta be depressing work, dude. I can't imagine working for a nonprofit like that and being like happy, because you're just looking into the abyss all the time. That's wild, you know? Oh, and then it talks about, so there's like sub things. So gender equality is one of the 50% of the world's population are women and girls. Gender equality is not only a crucial human right, it's also necessary for a peaceful society, the full development of human potential and long-term evolution. Now, I'm going to say, in this country, I think gender equality is like not bad. We're doing pretty good. There's definitely some other places in the world where that's a huge problem, though, where women are fucked over so hard. It's bad out there. But I think if you live in the United States, it's pretty dang good. I mean, you have to like find really like dumb shit to complain about to like to look at, you know, you got to look for the problems. It's not that like there's certainly sexist men out there. There's no shortage of that. But like as far as like structural stuff, like we've got a pretty good system going on. You know, it's not without its problems, but yeah, I think that when I look at, you know, human rights violations and gender equality, I'm thinking, yeah, there's some crazy places out, you know, Iraq, Afghanistan, and lots of other places where it's hot as fuck outside and people don't give a shit about you. Oh, man. Yeah, crazy stuff. Hey, and if you're in Iraq or Afghanistan, and for some weird reason you're listening to this podcast, look, it's not personal, but your shit out there is crazy sometimes, okay? You can't deny it. Global health issues. Is that another category, or is that a subcategory or something? No, that's another category. Global health issues. Since its foundation, the UN has been actively concerned with advocating and maintaining good health around the globe. That deserves a little sip of wine. Hold on. For my health, you know. No, I worked out earlier. I'm doing okay. All right, I'm working on it. Yeah. Pandemics, environmental factors, inequalities, and poor healthcare access. These are like bigger bullet points that have like paragraphs, but I'm not going to read those. Non-communicable diseases. Yeah, I said that right the initial time. It feels weird coming off the tongue, you know. Possible solutions to global health issues. Okay, what are their solutions? Empower marginalized populations. Okay, I'm a fan. That's a super vague statement, but I am a fan if that's done somehow. Encourage physicians to work in rural regions. That's probably actually big, right? That's like, I mean, there's a reason why, like, you hear about some doctors that they work in some small ass town and they get paid a fuckload because like they need them there. And there's nobody else that's like has their talent or whatever in medicine. And so they like, you know, surgeons and whoever like get paid huge to work in small communities. But granted, like being paid huge, right, is like on a different scale. So it's like maybe it's not as big as they'd be paid somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know for sure how that works. But yeah, definitely like talented doctors need to be encouraged and like work in small places for sure. I agree. Or well, not small, but rural regions, like I said. I mean, if you're in a small town that's like right near some big cities, I mean, you're probably fine, dude. You're right near some decent doctors, I'm sure. But you need that access, yeah, for sure. Implement policies that eliminate obstacles and improve access to healthcare. Yeah, so like make it not so fucking expensive. That would be my personal advice as somebody who has been hit with medical debt so many fucking times at this point. Oh my God. And when I say medical debt, like I'm fine. It's not like I've had cancer or something, right? But like just even going, like, you have an issue and you feel really bad and like there's something going on, and you have reason that you're like, yeah, I should probably go to like the emergency room. Like, this isn't looking good. Like I had a thing a while ago. I don't remember if I talked about this in another episode, but I had bursitis. The bursa in my elbow was like a little fucked up, and it was like swollen. And then like I went to, I think I definitely did talk about this in another episode, but you're fine. Shut up. You're fine. It got like really swollen and stuff. And then like it was warm to the touch. And then there was like a little rash nearby it. So it seemed like there might've been an infection or something. So it's like, yeah, I probably better go to someone like right away. I shouldn't wait on this. Right. You should not, like, little word of advice, of some caution here. Don't let infections spread. That's a terrible idea. Like, you can literally have something that's like just this little infection, and then you let it spread, and then you can die, all right, from sepsis. Like, probably if you're gonna not let something go, if you're gonna like actually take immediate action on something, if you're gonna pick any one thing and ignore everything else, at least don't ignore infections, dude. Like, that's a bad idea. So yeah, I went to the emergency room for that, and yeah, that was expensive, dude. It's crazy. And like, when people like, I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, actually, I have a younger brother right now that was hospitalized. He has a lot of like really bad health. Like, got too many issues to get into. Okay, but bottom line is he's a lot more susceptible to picking up things and things not jiving with his body and his immune system. And he's been hospitalized a few times, and it's like, man, I don't even want to like. I mean, I think my mom's told me one time like how much it cost when they were in there for like a pretty long stay. But yeah, I don't even want to think about it. It's so crazy. Like, it's like really lucky that, I don't know how much it's helping, but it's got to help some. Like, really, like, we're lucky that like my dad has pretty good insurance, and then like when they have to go into the hospital, like they end up probably much better off than they would be if they had like my insurance or like or even shittier insurance that's out there. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, well, here, let's excuse me. Again, let's look that up now. Here, I'll pull up in another tab. You never know when we need to look at the population of the Earth again. I don't know. We're going to keep that there. All right, and we'll do average. I hate type. I can't express how much I hate typing with one hand. I'm a pretty good typer, so like it drives me nuts to type with one hand. Average hospital stay cost. There we go. I'm like, can we do like per day or something? Average hospital stay cost per day. We'll go with, it says without insurance. We'll go without insurance. So, obviously your insurance might cover some, but some people have insurance that won't cover dog shit, man. It's like, you could have dog shit on your shoe, and they'll be like, and it, I don't know, did something, and they'll be like, yeah, we're not covering that, but it's only $5. I don't care. You're paying $5. I don't know. The average cost of a hospital stay, that made no sense. You should, as sometimes this is at Joystick, they'll, it's a common thing that, like, I think Travis will do this sometimes, like, you should, or no, is it Nancy? Maybe Nancy does. Yeah, I think Nancy does this a lot more when they host open mics. Boo. You should boo me for that like bad joke, or like boo so and so for saying that. That's dumb. Like, boo them real quick, So yeah, you should boo me for, if you're listening to this right now, boo me. That was a dumb thing to say. All right, the average cost of a hospital stay is $2,873 a day. The average stay is 4.6 days. Okay, but damn, dude, 2.873 thousand. That's, nobody says that. Yeah, almost 3,000. So let's assume, you know what? In my experience, not having great insurance, but not having like the worst insurance necessarily, something like that, I feel like they're going to cover like maybe half. Let's be generous and say they cover half of it. Okay, so 2,873 divided by 2, 1,436.50. Okay, so let's assume you're on the hook for, well, and we'll even lower it a little just to be nice. Okay, just to assume it's actually not as bad. $1,400 a day with insurance. Okay, that's what I'm just going to assume. You're in the hospital for a week. you're out almost $10,000, dude, with insurance. If my calculations are like good estimates. Estimations. I tried to say estimates and estimations at the same time, and I said estimates. That's a weird way to say it. $9,800 for a week, man. So yeah, it's like, that's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. And if you divide that out by, 12, so per month, if you were going to pay it off in a year, you'd have to pay $800 a month. That's a mortgage payment for me, pretty much. If you're going to pay it off in a year. No, most people aren't going to be doing that. There's no way they're going to be able to do that, but yeah. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Okay, back to our top 10 world problems, okay? We're solving them one at a time. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to get through all these, and we're going to solve all the problems. They're all going to be gone. You're going to wake up tomorrow. Well, actually, today is Monday, so you're going to wake up tomorrow, and you're going to be listening to this podcast if you're a super fan, which is nobody. But you know what? You become the listener, dear listener, you become the first super fan, okay? Listen to it 6 a.m. That's when it's on, okay? 6 a.m. Central Time. Give it a listen. What did I just do? I clicked on something on accident. My bad, man. Okay, so global health issues, poverty. Well, geez, weren't we just talking about that, basically? The amount of money it's going to cost you to stay in the hospital. No shit, people are impoverished. Man. So, global poverty represents one of the most serious problems in modern society. Yeah, I would agree. The world's poorest people frequently experience hunger, have limited access to proper education, often go without light at night, and face serious health problems. Wait, hold on, though. They said often go without light at night? Don't you want to go without light at night? That's the best way to sleep. What are you talking about? I must be misunderstanding this. Like this, dude. I don't want light at night. That's probably a good thing to not have light at night. You want light during the day, though? Or they just mean like they don't have access to light if they need to see something or something. I guess that's probably more what they're saying. Not just like I don't have the lights on. It's like, well, yeah, go to sleep. It's night. That's probably more what they were meant. And face serious health problems. Yeah, and without that insurance, man, you're looking at that $2,400 or whatever, $2,000 something dollars. No, yeah, it was like $2,800 a day in the hospital. So good luck with that, man. And then you have no job to pay for it if you're homeless or something. Like, yeah, man, I don't know how that's gonna work. I mean, the good news at that point, I guess, is they can't really take anything else. If you're homeless, like, what are they going to take from you? You already don't have anything. It's just, I'd be like, hey, are you going to pay? I'd be like, I don't have any money. All right, well, we're going to take your house. I don't have one. So let's look at the bright side, I guess, man. That's what I'm saying. If you're homeless and you're listening to this right now, there's your silver lining, I guess, right? Is like, they can't take shit. You don't have anything, so there's nothing else you can take, So just remember that of the people that want to take from you, it's like, well, they're fucking screwed. So like they can eat it, tell them to suck on it. They're not going to be able to take anything. You don't have anything, so you're not going to take anything. It's been estimated that around 60% of the world's population lives on less than $10 US per day. Damn. $10 a day. 60% of the world's population lives on less than $10 a day. That's like $300 a month. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's not good, man. Around 10% on less than okay, let me start this sentence over so you can absorb it, okay? It has been estimated that around 60% of the world's population lives on less than $10 US per day. Okay? That's a lot of people living on very little. And then around 10%, so not that many, 10% is still a lot of people. Hey, I knew we would want to come back to this thing. 7.888 billion people as of 2021. Okay, where'd my calculator go? I should have kept that up too. Actually, wait, I'm dumb. That would just be... if it's 10%, then you would just move. So you would move it this way. So there'd be like 0.78 billion people. So, I mean, so like 700. So let's just ballpark it at 700 to 800 million people in the world live on less than $1.90 per day. Holy crud, dude. That is insane. That I couldn't find, like, I mean, you know, this is probably people largely that are not even in this country. I mean, if it's only 10% of people of the whole world, right? It's like not as many people are going to be in the United States that are at that level. But dude, it's like $1.90. What can I get for $1.90, right? Let's go. Walmart's as cheap as they get. Well, maybe not as cheap as they get, but pretty dang cheap for like a common store. All right, we're going to go to walmart.com. What can we get for $1.90? Well, no, hold on. It says less than, to be fair, but let's assume you had a good day and you have $1.90, okay? You had $1.90 burning a hole in your pocket. What can you get as far as like food? Go to grocery, shop all. All right, the first thing I'm seeing is some chicken wing sections, a bag of chicken wings, Great Value brand, $12.98. That's out. You have to save for a little while to get that one. Jesus. Wait, $1.90. I forgot the price already. $1.74. Here we go. You could get this Pillsbury Funfetti strawberry cake mix with candy something, or with I can't read the whole thing. Yeah, probably not a great way to. And that's a mix. You'd have to bake it if you don't have an oven. We got 98 cents. You get Great Value brand spaghetti. I guess you could just eat the dry pasta. Damn. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, cut green beans, 58 cents. Yeah, whole kernel corn, 58 cents. So, I mean, really, like, your best bet is just finding a canned good. Go figure. That's not a shocker. And that would last longer, too. You're just getting a canned good, finding a way to cut that open if hopefully you have a knife, and just eat that. For the whole day, though, I mean, like, imagine... I mean, this is, let's say, best case scenario, you're a single person. You have no responsibility of like kids or a wife or a husband or whoever. Like nobody else's, or a mother, or, you know, nobody's relying on you. It's just you fending for yourself. Like, you're going to be hungry as shit, dude. I mean, like, and this is like in the United States, at least there's like homeless centers, like places that you can go to like get soup, or, you know, the stereotypical soup kitchen like that. There's some opportunities, although I don't know how many or how good they are, right? Like, I know there's like centers that some people go that are homeless to stay, to have somewhere to stay. And there's all sorts of crazy problems I've heard with those places of like people just strung out on drugs. There's violence. Like, it's not great always. So, damn, that's wild. So poverty, another big, okay, so possible solutions. Okay, guys, we have solutions. All right. Don't get too down. Let's figure out what we can do. End marginalization by ensuring equality and representation for all. Another one of these vague ass statements, dude. What does that mean? Yeah, sure, sounds good. End marginalization. How? Well, we'll ensure equality and representation for all. Okay, cool. That's a really vague thing to say. I don't know how you gotta have some strategy on how you're gonna do that, right? I mean, oh, sorry, that was their strategy, right? Their solution was, okay, well, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to end marginalization. Oh, wait, where's the... I don't know if I haven't been including the sound pad in... Whoa! Horn jazz, holy shit. I don't know if... Okay. Funky. No, we didn't want funky. Oh, God, that's so loud. Oh, it's maxed out. Damn, rest in peace, your eardrums, man. Sorry. There's the applause. Wait, let's turn that up more now for this one. Hey, there's the applause. I'll try to make sure to include this when I edit this. I hope you can hear this applause right now. That is end marginalization. Oh, man. Hell yeah. Okay, how are you going to do that? Well, here's what we're going to do. Okay, you ready for this? We're going to ensure equality and representation for all. Not just for a few people, but for everybody. Whoa, dude. That's insane. Congratulations. We solved it, all right? Jesus. Provide preventative education and treatment assistance during an epidemic. Okay, cool. That's very specific. So, like, just during an epidemic. Okay. This must have been written, like, during COVID or something. Offer recovery interventions during climate disasters. Okay, so again, we're just only solving poverty when there's a problem that's on top of that. So during an epidemic, okay, and when there's climate disasters, we're going to help there. But anytime else, go fuck yourself is basically what we're saying. All right. Help refugees and internally displaced people in terms of health, nutrition, and shelter. Okay. Now we're talking about something that sort of is material and kind of makes sense, right? Okay, yeah. Offered, nutrition and shelter. That's probably a good idea. That's a good start, okay? Improve education. Probably also a good start, all right? Again, no hint as to how, but just we should improve education. I agree. Good job, man. Hell yeah. We're going to improve education. All right. Increase the level of food security and clean water access. Okay. And put an end to conflicts. We're back to that warlord crazy shit. Yeah. Good luck, man. Good luck. There's a lot of crazy people out there. But bullet between the eyes, okay? Those crazy fucks, you just got to shoot them in the head. And then we try not to let any other crazy people take their place. Children, this is another category. How many more do we have? We're at 36 minutes. Okay, we're not too bad in like the length here. We can keep going for a bit here. Children's poor access to healthcare, education, and safety is another world problem. I mean, yeah, but that's like... So they're just saying, like, well, yeah, before they get older and, like, in a shitty situation, like, educate them and keep them safe and healthy so that hopefully they don't get screwed. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be honest, I hate this one because it's like, just help the children. It's like, yeah, but that's just, there's adults too that need help. Like, sure, it's just another, like, really vague thing. Like, yeah, we should help kids. And then when they're adults, they'll be good to go. Okay, I'm not a fan of that item on the list. Nothing against kids. We should help kids, but like that's like just I don't know. I'm not a fan. Access to food and hunger. Wait a minute. You don't want access to hunger, dude. That's going to be the opposite of what you want. You want access to food so that you don't have access to hunger, because hunger is bad. That's I hate that one too. Migration. Massive migration movements impact all UN member states, necessitating greater collaboration and responsibility sharing. Okay. Weapons accessibility. It got a little weird towards the end. Not gonna lie, it started sounding weird. Like migration. I'm like, I don't know what they mean by migration. Like if they're saying like for or against, how they're gonna do it, but just like, okay, sure. Like all these other things were very obvious of like that, right? Like migrate. Okay, like help people migrate to like better places. And like that's good. That sounds good. But like they're not very specific. What are they? There's a little infographic type thing. Numerous people decide to migrate for a variety of reasons. Some do so because they can choose to, while others do so because they have no other option. That is true. Okay, so I think, that sounds a little better. So it sounds like they're saying, like, yeah, help people that need to get away from shitty places. Okay, yeah, probably a good idea. Weapons accessibility. That one was the weird one. I'm like, okay, for what? What are you going to use the weapons for? I don't know, man. Multilateral disarmament and armaments restriction are the aims that have been important to the United Nations attempts to keep international peace since its inception. Oh, okay. I think I read that wrong. Or, well, no. Actually, you know what? No, that's bullshit. I didn't read anything wrong. They wrote it badly, okay? I misinterpreted because they're vague wordings. That's on them, okay? As the guy that has a degree in English, I know how to read things, okay? If there's nothing else I got from that degree, I definitely know how to fucking read things carefully. So you just, if I'm getting confused, you need to edit, my guy. Okay, you need to revisit that and try again, because that was terrible. Yeah, I think what they're trying to say is like weapons, like limiting accessibility to like certain types of weapons. Okay, that I agree with. Jesus, let's not just. That's a good way to solve all the problems of the world. Hey, make sure everyone's armed. I think we tried that once. So they have a final word, okay? Final word. Although the top 10 global issues certainly help to establish what governments and ordinary people around the world should focus on, there are many other problems that everyone should be aware of, including the aging of the population, AIDS, and law and justice. That was just, they got really specific all of a sudden. Like, just including the aging of the population. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. And AIDS, just this specific disease. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a bad one, I guess, and like it affects a lot of people. But like, that just hit me weird. Is like they just all of a sudden they got really specific. They're like, all right, here's our general conclusion, and they're like, and also AIDS. Remember that one? We got to deal with. Like, okay, yeah, true. Just AIDS getting the shout out there, I guess. Tackling at least some of these is possible, but requires a lot of effort, patience, and understanding. Okay, it's a good thing. I don't think these people really know what they're doing. All right, they've pointed out some serious problems. They gave me they educated me a little bit, but their solutions were, what was their peak? The peak of their solutions is basically just like, we should do good things and try to stop those bad things. Like, cool, bro, cool. I said bro weird just now because my mouth failed me. I'm not drunk right now, by the way. I mentioned one. I've only taken like a few sips. I just am stupid sometimes, and I say things badly. Sorry about that. All right, well, that was the top 10 world problems and their solutions by developmentaid.org. Thank you, developmentaid.org. And we're at 42 minutes. I got some shit I got to get done. We can call it here. We'll have a guest next time, hopefully. I think maybe. I'm working on things behind the scenes. Okay, I'm trying to organize things, get things together. I hope you enjoy this solo podcast, voice memo for later. We will see you next time. Actually, you'll hear me and someone else maybe next time. You're probably not going to see either of us, and I'm definitely not going to see you. Someday we're going to get the camera thing going, but all right, anyway, yeah, peace.